City of Stevens Point Airport Commission meeting, recorded May 8, 2023.
Motion to approve the minutes is in order. Changes, corrections?
I'll move to approve. Smith.
Second.
All those in favor signify by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Claims for the airport commission. Any questions? If not, a motion to adjourn is in order.
Approve anyway.
Move to approve.
Yeah.
What he said. Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor signify by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Position evaluations.
So, fortunately, since we have the same group here, I don't have to go through the whole thing. But one of the things, forgive me, I don't know if we recall, if we talked at this meeting yet about the whole EM change thing. Have we done that yet? A little bit?
A brief intro.
Okay. So, similar to what I described for the administrative services manager and the specialist jobs, starting out down this path involved those two and the airport manager. And they just worked in on the positions because we were doing kind of a department. One of the things that I was able to kind of finally get across there is that the airport that a municipality has associated with it has nothing to do with the municipality. And the example I'll give you here is that Rice Lake and Rhinelander, both smaller than us, right? Rice Lake considerably smaller, both have bigger airports than we do, right? So at that point, if you were to compare Stevens Point, different things going on, and actually Rhinelander has a commercial airport. Is Rice Lake commercial? It's probably not, but it's large GA, which is how we're classified. On the flip side of that, there are some cities larger than us that have small GA airports. And so what's been done in the past, and every time that this has come up, I believe that we've ended up in the insufficient data category. And so that led us to evaluating the airport manager job in a way that was relevant to the city, not to the airport, more so. So we worked closer together this time in really establishing what is that difference and why. A couple of years back, recognizing some challenges here and some lack of maybe accuracy, Jason took on some other duties at the airport to kind of recognize that it's like, all right, these duties are for this stipend, but also we know your job isn't exactly graded where it should be, so we're going to kind of work these together and get you a little closer to where the job's supposed to be because we have this insufficient data thing. Well, we've recognized, especially with some other changes in the city and in changes in staff, that the EM position needs to move. And so fire department's prepared, and they've already gotten approval to take on that stipend. And since we had this going on, we said, okay, this is another opportunity to evaluate that position and be way more specific about why there's problems there, right? So here's a couple things. It's yellow. So this yellow one, which is 06, that would be the midpoint. This isn't necessarily representing where Jason is. I don't know if it does or not. But moving it to S, which is our current superintendent grade, which makes a lot of sense anyway because Jason's a division head, is where the consultant put the position. One of the things that we were trying to explain that still isn't accounted for in their evaluation, but is better accounted for in this result, is the fact that all of the comparables used out there, none of them run their FBO. Easiest way to describe the FBO is they kind of do the fuel sales and the counter stuff and the arranging of this and that and everything else, right? They're kind of the
Service, all services rendered to income here, correct?
So that could be mechanical if they have,
Mechanical, fuel, and
Yeah, so this analysis moving from O to S doesn't even account for the fact that none of those other airports do their FBO operations and Jason does.
Okay.
So we're closer, right? And if we need to maybe talk about how we account for that. And ironically enough, the consultant actually said, well, maybe that's another thing that needs a stipend look. But regardless of that, this gets us in a better spot. So this is recognizing that, and you'll notice that the title says airport director. Again, we were saying you need to be careful who you're associating the position with, because they're not cities of our size, they're airports of our size.
Right.
And the state actually has a long list of who's categorized as small, medium, and large general aviation, and that's, again, airports without scheduled traffic, and then who is in that same categories for commercial. So we were able to say, here's our peers in this, and they still didn't get adequate information, so they turned to industry stuff and private stuff. And this actually came out. I'm happy with this. It got attention where we didn't everywhere, right? So I guess that's the explanation I'd give to this move, similar to the others.
Any other questions?
So on this, you said that they compared the airports this time rather than
The cities, yeah,
and that's
what got them
more
there.
accurate evaluation.
Yeah.
So, motion is in order?
Was that a question or I mean, similar, we're convening a different commission.
Yeah, I'm looking for approval on this same proposal. Yep.
I would,
This one's just relevant to just the airport manager, because that's the commission meeting.
understood.
Yep.
I'll move for approval.
And I will second.
All those in favor signify by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Aye. All same sign.
Yeah, the point of my question had to do with, if the airport was treated different by the city umbrella, whereas the utilities had not been.
Right. No, there is that. There is some tax roll contribution to the airport, where there is none to the utilities, but that's the biggest difference. Yep.
Okay, on to the written and verbal report by Jason. Jason, do you have any comments?
Just wanted to highlight that we are nearing the completion of our rehabilitation project on 321, and currently in the midst of some landscape restoration, and we'll get some new paint on surfaces that the commission acted on last fall. And got the contract pricing for that, so thank you all again for that. That work will be completed this week.
Is the fence doing its job, keeping the deer off?
We have yet to close the fence and lock the gates due to the runway project coming right at the tail end of the fence project. There would be so much haul traffic in and out and the traffic that we decided to postpone closing the fence and then getting a proper USDA and Bureau of Aeronautics collaborative wildlife drive, if you will, put together. It's going to be a great opportunity for our USDA reps to get on site and get a large group together and do some demonstrations as well. So it'll be a training opportunity for us to take advantage of to get the wildlife out as humanely as possible.
Good. Anything else? Motion to adjourn is in order.
I'll move to adjourn.
All those in favor signify by the sign of aye.
Aye.
Same sign, motion carried. Thank you for your time as usual.
Thanks.
A video of this meeting is available for viewing on the city's website, stevenspoint.com/videos.